All right, welcome in. It's SEC After Dark. Welcome in. We are presented by, not yet, but on the 31st, we will be presented by
DeadSoxy.
We made this announcement last week. We'll go ahead and give them some love. DeadSoxy.
DeadSoxy.
Yeah, that's what we are. Steve rocking the headphones tonight. You guess you wanted to be like me tonight. So
yes.
We're rocking and rolling here. Jeb Beecham coming to you live from the Rutherford County Detention Center. And as always, Jake Thomas, we get a glimpse into the rest of his house there behind him. What's up, guys?
Ooh. Hey, how are you doing tonight?
Man, I'm great.
This is
Good
like
to see you, everybody.
an Alabama Crimson Tide version of the Changeling.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm an educator, and it's mid-May. So if I look a little tired, it's because I am. We had field day today, so that was a lot of fun.
That probably means something different in school than it did in the Navy.
Probably,
yeah.
Probably. We had if in the Navy you had inflatables, minute to win it games, and we did have a Navy recruiter at our field day today, so that was good, right?
Then he was probably confused. Our field day consisted of a can of Brass Works, and a toothbrush.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the Bubba and Forrest Gump scene where they're scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush.
It ripped very, very similar. Yes.
That sucked. All right, so got a lot to talk about. Surprisingly, it's SEC After Dark. We're in mid-May, so we're kind of in that weird in between. Apparently, Steve, we're going to get off the rails here real quick. You're a lifelong Detroit Tigers fan as of 2 months ago.
Yes.
Break them up, dude.
Break up the Tigers. They're like 19-22. They got absolutely ran by a 47-year-old pitcher today that threw 85 miles an hour, but I'll just let that kind of go away.
Who's 45 and still in the league?
Like Rich Hill or something like that. For the
Pirates.
My
God, really?
Yeah.
I was going to say R.A. Dickey.
Yeah. Bartolo Colon. I mean,
yeah.
I kind of expected Pedro Martinez or something.
Right.
Hell yeah, man. That's well, the Tigers, I mean they were playing really, really well, and of course it's got to end. The Braves snapped their 6-game losing streak by visiting the
Texas,
Rangers. So that was
time.
good. They put up they just destroyed the baseball all for the whole 3 games. I don't know what they did today. I know Spencer Strider was on the bump today. It was an afternoon game. I don't know how it finished. I guess
they're playing right now.
I guess I could ask. I guess I could tune in and see what it's like. But
2-1 Braves.
So
2-2 now, actually.
2-2.
Yeah.
Come on, Spencer.
in the spirit of baseball, Steve, looks like our teams aren't doing so hot. Georgia just got swept by Missouri, one of the bottom dwellers in the league.
Ole Miss's baseball season's over.
Yeah, Scott Strickland is going to be probably – we talked about this yesterday with Israel. That show's up, available now, wherever you find your podcast, including YouTube, at Bleav In Dogs. So our baseball team is on the struggle bus. And looks like Ole Miss might be driving the struggle bus. I don't know. But
absolutely. Hey, Chauncey, your chat, I've fixed the chat thing. You can put it in there again. We'll all be able to see it. Sorry, bud. So he said, get it together.
Do we ever, though?
No.
That's the whole
Chauncey.
foundation.
Yeah.
That's the whole foundation of After Dark LLC. It's just that. So every show we bring on has to have the After Dark name to it when we get big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bleav. Everything is got to have the word Bleav in it, you know.
Yeah.
So not so hot here on the top row for baseball for us.
No.
Yeah, well, Vols have kind of found themselves, so I'm happier than I was earlier in the season. So we'll see how that translates into wins in the postseason.
Right.
We're hoping we take that Ole Miss route. You don't win the regular season, but just slide in the postseason and just take everything.
Corey, real quick, Chauncey said his wife is a school teacher and he has 7 more school days.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got So we got 2 more full school days. Tomorrow and Friday are the last times we'll see our A day classes and our B day classes because we're on a hybrid block schedule. And then next week is 4 half days with final exams.
Nice.
But I'm packing up. We're moving to a brand new school building, so I got to pack up an entire TV studio, which I've packed up most of it. So I'm pretty far along, but I've got to finish packing all that up to get ready to move over to James Lawson High School.
All right.
Yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah. The Lawson Lightning.
Makes you feel any better. I know how you feel about being tired. I had to wake up this morning, shower, get dressed, and drive to work by 8 o'clock, and then work all day in the building.
And he had to hold the soap the whole time. He could not drop it.
Yeah.
Were you on the food line or were you on laundry today, Jeb?
Yeah. It might be on
Making
the
license
chain gang.
plates. You know how it is.
Oh no, he had to drive to work, so he was definitely making big rocks, small rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Fort Leavenworth, where you learn to make little rocks out of big rocks.
Yes. Well, that's why the commute was so long because he had to. It's a long commute from Smyrna to Leavenworth. So, so yeah, man. Yeah. So being exhausted right now is just the centerpiece of what we do. I'm running all on fumes right now.
Yeah, and just real quick before we get started, I do want to tell everybody
Caffeine.
they can go to DeadSoxy right now and get their socks for Father's Day. That's coming up in about a month. They have NIL socks for the Ole Miss fan in your life. They also have Georgia and Alabama socks, and I don't know about Tennessee, but they might. So
You get
go
orange
to
and white stripes.
go to DeadSoxy, hook that up. Jason Simmons, he does a really good job, and he's helping us out. So help him out if you would. All right.
You got it, man. DeadSoxy.
Wes.
Sorry, I'm late. Dog got loose and tore up the neighbor's trash. I'm here now. It's all good.
I hope you cleaned up the trash. I mean, that's the least you could do as well.
He just raked it in the neighbor's yard. Said, "Deal with it."
There you go.
He gave him the old DX.
Yeah. He said, I got a show to watch.
Get a leaf blower to get it out of your yard. Sorry, you drug some over here. Hold on.
Actually,
Yeah.
I kind of picture Wes as X-Pac.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Wes, do you agree with that
that
statement?
is the image that comes to mind as X-Pac. Yeah.
Do we know what Wes looks like?
No.
Okay, so since we're off the rails, out of the 4 of us here, who is each DX member?
I'm Triple H, obviously.
I'd be the road dog. I don't mind.
If Triple
Yeah.
H was on his knees.
If Triple H was half the size in height, sawed off Triple H. I'm Double H.
Yeah.
Let's
Who
see.
has to be China? No, I'm just kidding.
I'd be Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Guess so.
I'll super kick all y'all. Now
There you
that
go.
is the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
Well, he knows it.
Hey, I was gonna say that's a good one to know though.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good start. Hell yeah! So I was Goldberg on my dog.
Georgia Bulldog legend Goldberg.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh,
that's right.
Okay, so I was just kidding. That's the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
there you
So,
go.
Hey.
something about defensive linemen, college defensive linemen going into professional wrestling. I guess they all have screws loose. The Rock, Goldberg.
No, they're big
Brock
and muscular,
Lesnar.
and you have
Brock
to be an
Lesnar.
athlete to play defensive line. They're going
Let's
to be a
fa-
more athletic person.
Well, let's just face it. You have to be an athlete to play any position in football these days. Even
That's a
the
good point.
even the offensive linemen are.
But an
fucking
offensive line,
athletes.
do you think, okay, as athletic as Larry Tunsil is, okay, he's probably one of the most athletic offensive linemen in the NFL. Do we all agree with that?
Trent Williams is the most athletic offensive
Okay,
lineman.
we'll
in
say
the
Trent
NFL.
Williams. We'll say Trent Williams. Can you picture Trent Williams going off the top rope?
Yes. Trent Williams.
Alright.
Yes. Larry Tunsil. Yes.
I mean,
Really?
Some
mean,
of these other big boys. No. But
Braun
Oh,
Strowman goes
Roman
off the
Reigns.
top rope, so I don't know if he played football, but still, he's a big old boy.
An offensive lineman's more likely to be a Mick Foley type wrestler than a Rock type wrestler.
What, get the sock?
Sacco.
Sacco,
Okay,
yeah.
that's the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to give us the full history on the NWO and say,
That's right,
that's the
yeah.
extent of my wrestling knowledge.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Hollywood Hogan. Okay, that's the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
All of that.
Tell us more, brother.
One more for the good guys.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
You know, I haven't watched it pretty much since Stone Cold went away.
He come back a few years ago at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that was like a special appearance. The Rock still comes back a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, this year I think they had The Undertaker, right, at 78 years old.
Well, he was inducted in the
he's-
Hall of Fame last year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's playing the role of Herbert the Pervert. Hey,
And him
y'all.
and Stetson Bennett are the same age.
I probably agree with
Ooh,
that.
Chauncey, Rakishi. That's the extent of my wrestling knowledge.
Oh, Rikishi.
Rikishi. All
Yeah.
right.
Who's it? Yeah, it's Rikishi.
Stink
I love
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the stink face?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely off the rails now.
One of my-
WWE After Dark.
One of my favorites is, it used to be Farouk, now he's Ron Simmons, that he just sits and just stares at you for a minute and goes, damn! I love that.
Rey Mysterio. Just
He's still wrestling.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ray was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think that dude ever stopped. He was just like flipping and flying, and he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Loved him. Loved watching him. Ultimate Warrior when I was a wee little lad.
When I was young, I loved him. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would always like anytime I saw like a rope fence or just some rope or like one of those like velvet things, I would always do the Ultimate Warrior on
Gotta
it.
grab it and shit.
Yeah.
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 I
Of course,
mean,
Macho Man,
Macho
and,
Man.
and Hulk Hogan cutting promos with each other was outstanding.
I had the biggest crush on Lita.
she
thought
still
you were
wrestles.
I thought you were about to say
That's-
China.
No, no, no.
That's the extent of your wrestling knowledge.
No.
Miss Elizabeth, man, she had a special place in my heart.
Well, yeah. Cost some
Yeah.
division there, but whatever.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah, the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, I'm the 3-time Intercontinental Champion. Oh yeah.
now who would have thought we'd have gone off the rails this direction this early?
Yeah, really.
right. Yeah.
Everyone who's ever watched the show
Yes.
would have guessed we would go off the rails in any direction.
I could talk about wrestling all night, though. Honestly.
Yeah, and we'll get back to it, but we probably should take care of the name. We are
SEC.
SEC After Dark, so let's talk about Dylan Raiola, Corey.
Let's do it. The Southern in me calls him Rayola, but it's obviously I guess Raiola. Yeah, he's man. That was not surprising because I always thought he was a silent commit. It was just a matter of when, not if. But I mean, you look at all the special tools that he has as a quarterback, man. It's like it's going to shake this room right on up with Brock Vandegrift and Gunnar Stockton. That adds a whole nother element to it. But like just watching his highlights and just kind of watching what he does, the poise that he has in the pocket, half of his freaking highlights are throwing dimes when defenders are bearing down on him and getting ready to pummel him. He makes these outstanding throws. So the poise that he has in the pocket there, the poise that he has to not only throw it but evade those guys, create space, and then deliver a freaking dart is unreal. He's already been recruiting. I guess he's been recruiting for Georgia for a long time before he became a public commit. But it's it's going to change the landscape now that he became public. I think you're going to see an influx of people coming to Georgia. That's the Raiola effect. And so, man, I'm pumped to have him. We talked about it we talked about it in depth with Israel and I on our show that we posted this morning. So it's man, I'm excited, dude. This is one of the best quarterbacks we've gotten since last year.
Well,
yeah.
We keep getting 5 stars. I love it, dude.
Just a fun fact for you, Corey. I think Raiola lost 2 games last year. Do you know what 2 games he lost last year?
Probably 2 that were on national TV, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what
he lost to Damon Williams Jr., the Ole Miss quarterback commit, both times.
Oh wow!
Okay.
So, yeah, Damon has been on my other show, Locked On Ole Miss. He top shelf recruit. His dad actually listens to the show. I'm pretty psyched about it. So I'm obviously going to inflate that a little bit because he is a heck of a player. But seriously, all serious aside,
Where's he from? Where's Damon Williams from?
Basha High School in Arizona, somewhere like.
Oh God, like two of the best high schools in Phoenix.
Yeah, yeah.
Just playing against each other. It's regular season and playoffs, right? Probably.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Demond is literally, everybody is comparing him to Bryce Young.
Yeah, that dude's special too.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
not a bad person to lose to.
Yeah, he's a good player. But all seriously, Dylan Ryle is a heck of a quarterback. Everybody thought he was going to go to Nebraska because his dad, if people don't know, is the offensive line coach at Nebraska. But yeah, I mean, weird situation. Him at
Nebraska.
Georgia, yeah. He's going to a place that has a chance to win their 3rd straight national championship. It all works. Now, I did check the roster at Jones County Junior College to see if there is a quarterback that might be walking on at some point at Georgia that could be the starting quarterback with all these 5 stars backing him up. And there is a player. I put it on my Twitter profile so everybody follow.
Saw that.
Yeah, there is a player
but he's got to be under 6 feet tall, though. He's got to be under 6 feet tall.
He is. It says 6'1", which means he's junior college 6'1", which means he might be at best 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like a solid option right there, man. Bring it. What's his name?
That's it.
I forgot his name. It's like Ryan Fosse or something like that.
No, my pick is Will Muschamp's son. He's going to transfer out, go to junior college, and then come back for his 8th year and beat out all these 5 stars.
Will Muschamp's
And still not graduate.
Will Muschamp's kid has a scholarship offer at Ole Miss.
Oh.
You don't say. Because they could use another quarterback.
Yeah. We collect all the quarterbacks. Chauncey in the chat says, so we thinking Jackson this year, Walker Howard next year, and Damon Williams the 3rd year? Potentially, yeah. I mean, and then there's the Emil Picarilla, I might be butchering his name. He's the kid coming up the year after that Lane Kiffin's probably going to land. Mike Espy is super high on that kid. I keep butchering his name because it just doesn't sound like a person from Mississippi.
So who transfers from Georgia? Is it Brock or Gunner? Like, does one of them leave, or do they all stick around?
Yes.
And goes to Ole Miss. No.
Possibly. Yeah, I wouldn't say that wasn't a possibility, but
I think it would be Brock, because I think Gunner probably has more upside, and Gunner has a relationship with Mike Bobo more so than Brock does. I could see Brock going to Ole Miss.
Derek, my baseball person on my Locked On Ole Miss podcast is Derek Vandy Griff. So we could just do it. It's close enough, right?
Yeah. So just have them both on the show and just have the Vandergriff hour. So there you go. Love it.
But
okay, real talk. Oh, TCU opened up a 21-point favorite over Colorado. Colorado hadn't finished building their roster yet, so keep that line.
I don't think TCU is going to beat Colorado by 21.
I would take Colorado right now because that line's going to drop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
would take that right now because that line's going to drop.
If anybody can get that line, go put $5 on it now.
Yeah.
Just writing that. Just find a place. Maybe if you're in a FanDuel state like Tennessee or Louisiana, you can put it on there. You can just download the app and you get a no sweat first bet. Boom. Got it.
Jeb, does your warden allow betting there?
Yeah, actually, oddly enough, that I can do here. That's one of the few things I can't do in Florida when I'm home. I don't understand it.
What?
Bet with FanDuel.
Oh, the FanDuel stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder why you go to jail a lot up there in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's weird.
Well, it's good. It's because it's Google history too.
Yeah, Jeb's up there in Tennessee watching USA Up all night.
Yeah.
You're a big Gilbert Godfrey fan.
Do y'all remember? Are y'all old enough to remember the Action Pack? Late at night on like Friday and Saturday nights, where they played like Xena the Warrior Princess, and
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't.
I don't remember it being called Action Pack, but yeah, I remember some of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Nerds.
Yeah. Was it Hercules? Yeah. Yeah, I was a big fan of Xena the Warrior Princess.
Who wasn't?
Yeah. She was nice.
And then Lucy Lawless has been on everything since then. I think she was even on Burn Notice a while back.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
What's Burn Notice about?
What?
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 I don't know about Burn Notice. I mean, I've seen the preview,
What?
but I have no idea. I've never watched it.
Okay, you need to go online. I think Amazon Prime, and just search Burn Notice and watch it. It is one of the best shows in history.
It is, honestly.
Best show. Okay, Steve, you're putting lofty expectations.
Yeah,
here.
it's not Game of Thrones or anything like that. It's a procedural, but it's got Bruce Campbell in it.
Who's Bruce Campbell?
Oh, what? Jeb is going to be on the show in just a second, and I'm going to tell him you said all of this.
He probably can hear.
I'll say it again. Yeah, who? I know nothing about this show.
He doesn't know what
did you
Burn
say?
Notice is, and he's never heard of Bruce Campbell.
Oh my God, Bruce Campbell! You never heard of Bruce Campbell?
It's got Jeb shook, man.
Yeah, it does.
You need to look it up. Burn Notice is one of the best shows. I mean, you could just put it on there and just watch it over and over again. Just
You never saw
fantastic.
Evil Dead?
It's all what?
Evil Dead 1 or 2?
Army of Darkness?
Yeah, Army of Darkness.
Okay, got some homework apparently.
Yeah, you do.
Are y'all hearing a weird feedback, or is that just me?
No, we heard it.
I heard it. Yeah. It was your inner you coming out with. You don't know who Bruce Campbell is?
Bruce Campbell is
Yeah.
the GOAT. Evil Dead. Okay. Apparently, I got some homework to do.
Yeah.
Ah, Bruce Campbell's. He's
How'd I
even
miss
got
this
a
Shot
biography
Smart.
out that you have to read. It's really
Shot
Bruce
S
Campbell.
Smart.
Bruce.
good.
Just put in there Sam Axe. Sam Axe is my spirit animal.
Oh, this guy? I didn't realize that guy's name was Bruce Campbell. I've seen that guy around.
Yep.
Never watched Burn Notice, but
Oh man,
Great show.
Burn Notice is great.
There was a whole period on USA before, I don't know, they got, I guess it ended with Suits, but the beginning of Suits, they had Royal Pains, which was fun, was good, and Burn Notice, all of those on USA. It's fantastic.
And that was a great lineup that they had back in the day, man.
he was in Archer too, Steve. That's why you like him. Steve would watch Archers.
Bruce Campbell was an archer?
He was in Fargo, TV series.
I hadn't seen that.
He was in The Dangers of Having a Chainsaw for a Hand.
Hey, there you go.
It's Army of Darkness. Yeah.
Yep.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, him and Sam Raimi worked a lot. They did the Evil Dead series together. So when Sam Raimi directed Spider-Man, he always puts Bruce Campbell in anything he directs. He shows up in the
Doctor
Multiverse of
Strange.
Madness.
Yeah.
Because Sam Raimi directed that
The
one.
Lady Killers. Okay. Charmed.
But
Spider-Man movies.
If you read his autobiography, he talks about growing up. Him and Sam Raimi were friends when they were young,
Lord,
and so they started like making little films together just for fun. And they
his
ended up doing Evil Dead.
IMDb goes on forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's the
cameos
man.
in all kinds of things.
Yeah,
He does.
My God.
yeah.
He's great.
Think about that. All these movies just want him to be Bruce Campbell in their movie. That's how awesome
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell is.
His first film was in 1972, Oedipus Rex. It was a short film. He's in a bunch of short films.
Yeah, him and Sam Raimi did a bunch of stuff together like that.
He was in Jeb's favorite, You Nazi Spy. Jake's favorite, The Singing Nuts.
What?
Oh no!
Steve's favorite, holding it. these titles are hilarious.
By the way, Beetlejuice 2 is coming out.
Yes, I saw
That's
the preview
crazy.
of that.
Yeah.
Michael
They did not
Keaton's
give-
like, everything that y'all love me for, I'm going to give it to you one more time.
Well,
Yeah, it
he's,
makes me wonder.
he's also coming back as Batman in the new Flash movie as well.
Can't wait for
really?
that.
I know.
That's gonna
Be awesome.
that's gonna be awesome.
Starting, we got competition on May 31st. Whenever we start being sponsored by DeadSoxy, all of the Indiana Jones movies will be on Disney Plus. So,
Oh man,
Ooh.
yeah, because apparently that Indiana Jones movie that's coming out is pretty good.
mm-hmm.
Who's Winona Ryder?
Oh
Who
my
is
god.
I'm just kidding.
I gotta go
I
lay
am,
down.
I
I wanted to
am,
see if
I
Jeb
am,
would freak out.
Yeah.
I am utterly alone.
Yeah. Beetlejuice. Great movie.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Michael Keaton, I watched The Founder a couple days ago.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, I love The Founder.
Yeah,
Ray Kroc.
Yeah.
Just completely dunked on the McDonald brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where everything's happening. You're like, well, what is going on? And then next thing you know, he's like the owner of the San Diego Padres. And I was like, oh, there's your first bad choice.
You should have owned the Tigers.
Which they're owned by the people that own Little Caesars, by the way.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Little Caesars. That's why the Little Caesars Bowl is in Detroit.
Huh.
You know what also sucks? Well, it's awesome and it sucks at the same time. On the 31st, Raising Cane's is opening right by my school that I used to work at.
Oh man.
So it's not going to be close anymore.
No, okay.
That sucks. School will be out. So I can't just like dip out during my lunch and go get some Canes and bring it back and be back before the lunch period's over because it's too far away now.
Yeah, Chauncey, I have not seen Air. I am going to watch Air, though.
Oh, Air's on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Yeah. I just want to see Ben Affleck.
I didn't
with
see
my
it, but I
hair.
saw it was on there.
In that movie, Ben Affleck has my hair.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Your
Yeah.
hair on your head or your facial hair?
The hair on my head. Yeah. I keep it short so it just looks like just male pattern baldness and straightness. But if that grows out, I'm serious. I can get stains off of most any surface.
Dude, you need to get the Wayne Rooney hair plugs, the Wayne Rooney hairline,
Oh gosh.
where it's like it's like if Lloyd Christmas got a buzz cut. That's what Wayne Rooney looked like.
What is wrong with us?
So Dylan Raiola.
Hey, we did talk about that. We
We
got that
did.
into the first half hour, and we're going
Yeah,
to
we
talk
did.
about scheduling in just a second in the second half hour.
Well, let's
Yeah.
jump into it now.
But in between, we're going to talk about wrestling and we're going to talk about movies
Burn
because
notice apparently.
this channel's brand is off the rails. Period.
Hey,
So it's
Yeah.
just what we do. We're SEC After Dark, and we're loosely based on the SEC. So let's talk about scheduling,
Yes.
shall we? So, well, the first bit of it is that Georgia Florida is going to be a home and home for 2 years while the Jags renovate their stadium. So this is a chance for the SEC to
love
see
it.
what that game looks like as a home and home.
This
Kirby's licking his chops.
Yeah, this feels like whenever you like tell your girlfriends, like, "Hey, we need to take a couple weeks apart."
And then you never get back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think Taylor Swift has a song about that.
That's kind of what Athens and Gainesville doing to Jacksonville on this one.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's like, oh boy. Good news, we're going to renovate Duval, but we're not going to get the world's largest outdoor cocktail party anymore.
Yeah, Jacksonville's playing 2 games in London this year.
Yep.
How many games are they doing in London?
Is it?
They do 4 or 5 every year.
Yeah.
And now they have
I
one.
know
They have one
Tennessee's
in.
gonna be up there.
Yeah, they
They're
have
the
one
London
in
silly
Germany.
nannies.
Yeah, they have one in Germany
Yeah.
as well.
Wow.
I don't think they have one in Mexico. That was last year, but
Shad Khan's like, let's just give me all the international games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up like one Sunday morning at 6 o'clock and the Titans are playing. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I forgot that was in London. I was like, what?
And we're losing a home game this year to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing. I say we. I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm kind of floating in the wind here when it comes to NFL fandom. Speaking of scheduling, because
No, you're a Red Stallions fan. There's no going back from that.
No.
Wow.
rawr.
I love that she did that. Red Stallions. Wow. It's like that was so many different animals and they were all wrong.
Yeah.
That was the most Nashville girl I've seen in a very long time.
No, the quartet of ones that were called the Colts Cowboys.
Oh,
That-
that was absolutely
No,
hilarious
yeah.
because the
They're
whole
all in
time
matching white dresses with cowboy boots.
Yeah, I've never
Obviously a bachelorette party.
never seen somebody so sure that it was the Cowboys.
Yeah. Oh, Cowboys. Yes, I know that.
Yeah, I know that one.
That's the Cowboys. Woo! And she even gave the woo.
The Texans.
49ers, 69ers stars. What the?
Somewhat-
Yeah, that was great.
Somewhere in the Caribbean Pirates.
Yeah.
Lightning McQueen. The Boston Tigers.
Boston Bobcats.
Boston Bobcats, yeah. What they call the Saints? Wasn't
Yes.
that the Rams?
Saint
They call them
schedule
the-
is second easiest in the NFL, I think. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they call them the
easy.
St. Louis Rams
Yeah.
because it's another miss on every level. There's
Chauncey, are you an Aints fan? Yeah, I guess I'm a Falcons fan that's really just trying desperately to not be a Falcons fan anymore.
Red Stallions.
Red Stallions fan.
Rare.
Rar. Go Red Stallions, rar.
That made me laugh. It's like she called you a horse. She did a cat sound. She's looking at a bird.
0 for 3, the hat trick.
Yeah, just you missed on every level.
So yeah, so it's crazy. It's half my teams are. So Jake, what are we gonna do, or what am I gonna do if Nashville gets in Major League Baseball team?
Oh.
Depends on the names.
Yeah.
True. Like
Yeah.
Nashville SC. I went to a game. I'm hooked, sort of, and as hooked as I can be. for
Wait.
MLS.
This is different. It doesn't matter because honestly, if you look at teams in Atlanta that you have the most tied to, the Braves have always been that team. You're not going to be a
Right.
Nashville
Yeah.
fan. You're going to be
Probably
blacked out
true.
for the Braves just like you always have been.
Is
think
it
that would be
Oakland?
true.
Is it the A's who's thinking about coming to Nashville?
No, they've already
No,
signed a deal in Las Vegas.
They're going to
Okay.
Vegas, so they're
Vegas.
building a stadium on the Strip.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Oakland's
going
like-
to be badass.
Yeah. it
Oakland
is.
probably hates Las Vegas. They've lost both teams.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Their stadium. This is their own fault. They have possum living in like their announcing booth.
Yeah.
This is their fault.
that's
They hired the opossum to live in there.
Yeah. It's like no, y'all
Michael
did
Vick
nothing.
experience.
Did nothing to help them out.
Mm.
Y'all have
Not a bit.
Y'all got outdrawn last year in a 3-game series by Oakland's AAA team in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that Vegas stadium they built for football looks nice. So I don't blame the Oakland team for wanting to go there.
Yeah.
Of
Death
course.
Star. The Death Star's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Of course, Oakland's got a left fielder that I heard the Braves are looking at since they're pretty much their major league team now.
They are our farm team apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
I don't-
the Rays are going to build a stadium. They're going to announce it by the end of the year, probably down here.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
I saw a rendering probably 4 years ago for a new Rays stadium. It looked like it was just a yacht that a baseball field was sitting in the middle of.
Yeah, it's down there. It's going to be right beside the Trop.
Yeah, it was like the design of it. They were trying to make it look like a yacht
Yeah.
with a baseball field in the middle of it.
Fun fact,
it's
Jeb,
That's
apologies.
interesting.
So we went to St. Petersburg, I don't know, 3 months ago, something like that. Went to some
Earmuffs.
book show, okay?
I was
Earmuffs.
And St. Petersburg is famous for having this pier. So Jeb wanted to go see this pier. So we drive all the way down there through all this traffic of downtown because you can imagine St. Petersburg going to that pier, the traffic would be absolutely horrible. So
Yeah.
we get there in the parking lot to go walk to the pier. Jeb's mom's like, okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't want to get out. Yeah, I don't think Becky wanted too much either. If it makes you feel any better, though, I went back with when my friend brought her kids down. We went to the St. Petersburg Pier and walked around. It is nice. It's kind of cool.
They wouldn't even let me drive over like the Sunshine Skyway. That's all I've wanted to do since I've been down here. They would. Yeah.
I wanted to see that. Yeah, I was disappointed. Yeah, that whole trip turned out to be kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Get him, Cass.
She just got home. Yeah, she just got home, and so the dog went crazy for a second. Sorry.
Gotcha. Oh, it's all good. No worries. Your dog just wants to be a part of the show. It's all good.
She was asleep a while ago.
So, are in the new Ray Stadium, are they going to build a catwalk to hit to block home runs like they do in the Trop?
Yeah.
They need to build a life-size, not even life-size, like a 300-foot Randy Arozarena doing this out in the outfield.
I agree.
I may be a lifelong Tigers fan, but I'm also a lifelong Randy Arozarena fan.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Cass. I don't know if she can see us wave, but maybe when she watches it back.
She's watching it right now, actually.
Oh, nice. So, Randy Orozco's awesome. He's fun to watch.
Arozarena.
Orozco, what?
It's going to be like a Rookie of the Year where I'm going to just mess up his name every time I say it. Rosenberger!
Rowan Garden.
Gardenhoser. And then when I finally get it right, you're like, what? Aaron Brooks' cousin?
Daniel Stern.
Wasn't that the dude that played Aaron Brooks' cousin? This is totally way off in the left field.
Isn't that Michael Vick?
They're cousins? I thought it was a dude that played for the Cowboys, like one of their random backup quarterbacks that started like a game or two. I thought that was
Andrew Dalton?
No, like years ago, like like even pre-Parcells.
Quincy Carter?
Oh, God.
No. Him and Aaron Brooks are like almost twins. Like they look the exact same.
Aaron Brooks threw the ball backwards and had a fumble backwards for like 40 yards because
it's gonna bug me. Shit.
Yeah,
it's gonna bug me. All right,
I saw that, Steve.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's like, come on, man.
Thankfully, Deuce McAllister saw it and ran and got it, and but God, that was awful.
But it's like, come on, man. I watched so many games of Deuce and Aaron Brooks at the Servicemen's Bar at Fort Meade in Maryland.
Anthony Wright.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of. That's not it.
I don't know if he's his cousin.
I thought that was his cousin.
Yeah. I think it's Aaron Brooks because they're both Virginia boys.
That's what I'm saying. Aaron Brooks and Anthony Wright are cousins, is what I was saying.
Oh.
Not Vic.
That might be the case.
I don't know. I have no idea. Let me look this. Let me look further into it here.
Yeah, we're just digging into this.
All right. This guy was a Gatorade Player of the Year. He went to West Craven High School in North Carolina, so they're not Virginia boys. He's not a Virginia guy.
Anthony Wright had two cousins play in the NFL. Jesse Campbell, who played safety, and then Justin Hardy, who was a wide receiver.
I just learned something new today. Mike Vick and Aaron Brooks were cousins. Okay. All right. Very good. I'll write that in my marble notebook here. Okay. So in my neon green Sharpie. Please look it up. I did look it up. You're welcome, Chauncey.
Aaron Brooks, the responsible for the first playoff win in New Orleans Saints history.
Yeah.
Did he sign your grocery bag?
Happened
that you had on your.
It happened on the way to my honeymoon. I was an adult by the time the Saints won a playoff game, and married.
Amazing.
Well, you've been an adult for like 100 years. So. Yeah.
I'm looking for that first Red Stallions playoff win.
Yeah, seriously. Rawr.
They couldn't cut it as a Falcon, so maybe they'll do something as the Red Stallions.
Jeb, you got to get the warden to put something on the wall.
It's just blank.
Well,
We got to smuggle you a poster in or something.
It looks like you're in front of like that piece of paper, like Olin Mills, getting ready to take a glam shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it looks like he's getting ready to take a driver's license photo.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, this would be a good wall for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now serving D48.
One more week, and then I'll be back at my home.
Now serving
Office.
H61.
Oh, by the way, I got you a reservation with us for Hollywood Studios on June the 4th with 50s Primetime Cafe.
Nice. All right.
I thought you were going to say medieval times. I was excited about that. I was
No,
gonna
we,
crash
we,
the
we
party.
did that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've done it recently.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a fun show.
Steve,
Yeah,
did you actually joust?
No,
Are you the joust instructor? Because
He's been doing it for a long time.
no, they started jousting, after I was past my prime.
okay, good. There's just straight gladiator fights for you.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Were you the one that taught Russell Crowe how to defeat a tiger?
I'm the one that the Tiger was supposed to win. He just didn't do his job.
Taught the
I
tiger.
was Commodus's animal trainer.
Oh, okay. There you go. Stupid tigers.
Hey. Oh, by the way, I got an unbelievably cool Detroit Tigers hat coming. It is going to be here just in time for my birthday, which means it's going to be my birthday hat.
Is it the one that they wore in like the mid '90s, where it was the D with the tiger coming through it?
No, I've got that one already. It is orange with a navy blue D, Old English D,
Nice.
but like a pastel
Orange. Orange, okay.
Yes, it's kind of creamsicle, like Tampa Bay.
Got that
Like
old
the
English
Pirates
thing.
from the
I like it.
Caribbean somewhere.
I mean, lifelong fan. He's got all his
Lifelong,
hats now.
yeah. Whenever I go all out.
I couldn't tell.
Hmm.
All right,
right.
scheduling. Where else are we going to go scheduling? We talked about Georgia, Florida possibly being a home and home. That's going to stay a home and home, is my guess. What else scheduling wise? Like, I mean, eventually the Jerry World game. Like, are the neutral site games? Is that gonna slowly die out, or is there too much money involved in that?
Texas and Oklahoma is never going away. Never. That's going to be in the Cotton Bowl forever. That might be their only game ever.
Yep.
But I'm interested in the fact that is the SEC going to be an 8-team? Is it going to be an 8-game schedule, or is it going to be a 9-game schedule? Because right now, the poorer teams in the league, they're on team 8-game schedule.
Of course.
Because they don't want they don't want to get rid of Georgia Southern and pick up an Oklahoma. It makes sense.
Right.
I mean, like Vandy said in that video a few weeks ago, we're just trying to kill them.
Yeah. Are you literally trying to kill me?
Right.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah. I mean, this might be Vandy's one and only chance to get 6 wins this year after the new teams come in.
I think they should just go ahead and go with the 9-game schedule and just get it over with.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people want to see.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the 9-game schedule. I want 9 games, conference games. I want the Power 5 game to stay. I want the FCS game to stay, and I either want one of the 2 Group of 5 games. That should be the game that goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, screw the G5.
Yeah, if you're the commissioner, Mike Oresco from the American Conference, and you're like, hey, can we stop calling conferences Power 5 because it's making the other conferences feel inadequate?
Mike Oresco, doesn't he play for the Rays?
Everybody's getting their feelings hurt nowadays.
Yeah. It's like, can we please? Not? It's like you've been trying to do this Power 6 thing for 3 years. And then, and Tulane wins your conference. It's hard to have that argument when Tulane wins your conference.
Yeah.
And, it's like, what's next? Memphis? Rice is going to make a run. Wait, is Rice an American? No. Florida Atlantic can do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, come on. Just,
yeah.
FCS, maybe if Power 5 truly wanted to go NFL model, everyone could schedule an FCS for like a preseason game.
My idea is spring game.
I mean, that's the same concept.
Yeah, it should be the spring game. Just pay them. It can help their budget out. You replace them with another Power 5 game.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at attendance, like Ole Miss last year during the start of the season, they started out 7-0, but their non-conference games, there's 50,000, 52,000 people. You know, it only holds 65 in the stadium, but still, nobody is going to those games.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that every game is
away.
on TV.
Yeah, like who's going to go sit in 95-degree heat and get beat down by the sun to go watch Georgia beat the holy dog crap out of Charleston Southern?
Right.
You know, and unless one of their kids is a walk-on, there's no reason to really, like, I know you're helping Charleston Southern, but there's no reason to go to those games.
Yeah, you catch it on TV. It's on television. It's not like it used to be.
That's one.
September 2nd or 1st or whenever that Saturday is, Ole Miss opens up with Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the game, people are going to bitch about attendance, even though it's going to be 100 degrees and you're playing an FCS team that you're going to probably beat by 55, 60 points.
And there's going to be times in that game where you're just completely checked out and people are going to freak out because, oh my God, Mercer made it close for a minute in the first quarter because we were checked out and we didn't really want to.
And they're leaving at halftime and not coming back, you know, because
they
they want to go to the Grove and drink, which I think the alcohol culture and everything surrounding tailgating is just absolutely stupid.
Well, the fact that
you're going to drop $100 on a ticket to a game and then not be able to remember it.
I don't understand that. Like, leave that to the college kids. Like, I always saw and I never got blackout drunk to go to. I mean, I always have a nice buzz, but like, I never understood that people are like, I can't go to the game unless I'm just completely hammered.
Well, then don't go.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
No, like you want to have fun at the game and you want to be able to remember the game. Like, that's part of it. Like, get a few in you, right? Drink a little bit so you can have some fun, so you can feel good. But
I was gonna say, when I was young, getting a nice buzz and going to a game was fun.
Yeah, get a buzz. That's totally that's totally fine.
At the game, but
that's totally fine. But like, I had a friend I had a friend that he left at halftime because he was so drunk. We found him laying on a bench at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Lord.
Like I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. Of course, I'm a weirdo. I'm a person that'll get into the stadium when the gates open, and I will watch them warm up, and I just soak it all in.
I mean, I like the fellowship of tailgating. I like the food, and but like, have balance, right? Like, now I would let it rip after the game. Like, I would go have my fun and just let it go. But like, for the game, like, I want to remember the game. Like, I want to be able to say, hey, I was there. Like, I remember X, Y, Z. And if I'm, pardon my Portuguese here, but if I was shit canned, it's not going to happen.
I remember
Chauncey, Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama absolutely have attendance in these games.
Yeah,
attendance problems. Yeah.
Yes,
until halftime.
Just like it's the reason why these networks never show shots of the upper deck.
Yeah,
that's the reason, because it's going to be half full at best.
I remember my first Alabama game. I was a kid, and that's when we were still playing at Legion Field, and I think we had to leave at halftime because a guy got drunk on the second deck and threw up and like splattered down on us. So we had to go home afterwards. Of course, we had to drive back to North Alabama, but had puke stains all over us. So
I can't imagine why people are not going to football games.
Right. Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a mystery. But I mean, tailgating, like, the tailgates I went to had really good food. So like you would drink a beer and eat like 2 brats, and it like cancels each other out.
Right. Yeah.
I always loved the food more.
Yeah, we've seen people falling, walking, to their dorms, and I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend like that. he tried to pay a cab with a belt. He's like, it's a polo belt. Like it's it's a $5 cab ride. He's trying to pay with his belt. It's hilarious.
Whenever I was the video coordinator at Ole Miss, and we had student videographers all on the team, and
and you ripped your shirt off at every game.
No, he made me, but that's another story altogether.
He ripped.
Oh
boy!
But there was somebody that was on our team that came in and was like, "Hey, you got to see this," and he like pulled his thing, and like his ass cheek came sticking. There was a Bud Light cap tattooed on his ass, and I was like, "Why?
Oh my God!
Why?" He's like, "We got drunk, and look what I did." What?
I saw somebody getting Cartman tattooed. Yeah, I definitely get that.
Yeah,
You do stupid things when you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Never once did I ever think about getting a tattoo. I've had people
Right.
try to talk me into it. I'm like, nah, like this tattoo's not going to look good when I'm 50.
I'm convinced that age 15 to 25 is just about survival. You need to make it through to 25 and not do something that's going to affect you the rest of your life.
Right.
Thankfully, social media was not around when I was in college.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy about that.
I would have been canceled
Yeah.
several times.
I believe that you have to choose to be canceled.
Mm.
They would have attempted to cancel
Yeah.
me. That's just,
There you
let me rephrase that.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I was drunk my entire 20s, but never at a football game because I didn't want to get drunk for a football game.
You know what? Because also I enjoy football.
After.
Yeah.
What's the backstory on the Spike Squad? That's actually the Baptist Student Union organization. They all do the Spike Squad thing. That's like their unity thing.
Yeah.
So those people probably haven't drank a sip of alcohol.
Yeah.
Ironically, they get there first, and I mean
They just won't admit it.
Yeah.
And talking about scheduling, Alabama has announced that we're having Arkansas as our homecoming game this year. So
Oh.
We're
I would
pig.
say
I
I would say that's probably a big L for Arkansas.
I would have said your homecoming game is Auburn.
Well, no, that's way too late in the season.
and it's in Auburn.
I was thinking
Yeah.
it was an easy game.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Homecoming in Auburn.
No. Well,
That game will be anything but an easy game. I could tell you Hugh Freeze's pregame speech before the Alabama game. You let them in, lock the gates, start the fight.
Just every cliche in one.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically, he's taken a speech that he heard Coach O say in 2005, and he has said it about 7 times as the coach of Ole Miss. And no telling when he breaks it out at Liberty, and he's going to. I'm guarantee he's going to break that pregame speech out for Alabama.
but how's old Thorne going to be with Auburn? I just don't know. He's a question mark.
I think he's going to be perfectly average.
Yeah.
He's going to be remarkably that team is remarkably average.
Yeah.
But they'll find some Jordan Air voodoo
Oh,
in
yeah.
late November.
They always do.
And Jarquez he's going to play well.
Have y'all seen that about Jacquez on Twitter?
No.
No.
I don't know how true it is, but somebody has leaked a bunch of videos of him in situations with other women on campus, and they just leaked it and saying, Auburn's trying to cover it up. I'm like, I mean, if it's not a teacher, if it's just a person, I mean, where's there to cover up? I mean, just having some fun. I mean,
I had no game and had no success doing it, but that doesn't mean I was going around Ole Miss not trying to sleep with every girl on campus.
right.
What was my nickname, Steve?
Huh? Oh, yeah, shotgun.
Buckshot. Yeah.
Buckshot.
Buckshot. Yeah.
No, Chauncey saw it. Yeah. Yeah, it is NSFW for sure.
That was the tail end of my drinking run. That's a couple of years after that. Met my wife.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. Jesus. I know. I was on a cold streak.
And now you're the coach of
I
Georgia.
tell people all the time,
Yep.
Becky's the one that picked me up. I have no game whatsoever. None.
Same with Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm just horrible with people, so I know that.
She picked me up.
But Steve was a perfect wingman because he didn't give two shits.
It's true.
He
Oh, somebody posted them to the Ole Miss message boards. Interesting.
Nice.
So when's Peyton Thorne transferring to Ole Miss?
I don't know if Peyton. Honestly, I don't know if Peyton Thorne could be in the top 3 at Ole Miss right now. And
Ole Miss, is that going to stop him?
well, I mean,
Aren't y'all carrying 11 quarterbacks this year?
that's what I say. They're trying. They might. I think they had somebody visit from Louisville the other day. Quarterback.
I mean,
Of course
they could get one of our quarterbacks if they decide to transfer out in the fall. So, I mean,
Wait, Bama has quarterbacks?
we got a year.
I had Chris Childers on my show last week, and he was talking about that Buckner kid or whatever that transferred to Alabama. And he's like,
He's a Notre Dame fan. That's
yeah,
right.
he's like, if he's your starting quarterback, you've got problems. I was like, dang, Chris.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be it.
Is Ty Simpson going to get healthy enough?
Yeah.
Like he's the only option.
I don't know. I still Bleav in Milroe.
I mean, yes, I do. But does Tommy Reese believe in Milroe?
Yeah, I think Tommy Reese wants a quarterback.
It just doesn't seem that they want Milroe.
Well, Milroe went with the receivers down to South Florida and trained a few weeks ago. And, of course, Simpson couldn't because he's hurt. But
Yes,
so,
I believe in Milroe. I think Milroe can be a good quarterback, just not at Alabama, because I just don't think that they want him to be a good quarterback at Alabama because it's a whole like preference thing.
well, it might be, but the fan base is divided on this because there's a lot of people who like Milroe and there's a lot of people who like Ty. I like both of them, but I mean, you can't coach speed, and freaking Milroe is.
Dude, you don't have to convince me about Milroe.
Yeah,
I like
I know.
Milroe. I think Milroe should be the guy because there's a lot of things you can do with him in the run game.
You're right.
Like you don't have to be a dynamic passing team with Milroe.
Right.
You can work with decent receivers because all you need is a few passes here and there. He's a threat in the run game. Like he's going to be good. He's going to be a threat. And if Tommy Reese figures that out, okay, Bama's back in business. Which
The flip side
for your
is
sake, hopefully they do.
The flip side, Ty Simpson could be AJ McCarron 2.0.
That is also the flip side. I mean, that's like you got two totally different quarterbacks here, and it's just a matter of, okay, do we want to go this bucket or that bucket?
And my whole thing is Nick Saban's obviously trying to recreate what he did in the early 2010s with.
I think they want to go the McCarron bucket and not
I think that's the quarterback they want behind center. They don't want another change, and I think that it's going to be interesting because, what happens when you name Ty Simpson the quarterback? I mean, Milroe, he's gone at the end of the year. At that point, I mean, that's the reason you have to bring in the quarterback from Notre Dame, because whoever loses the job between Ty Simpson and Jalen Milroe, he's gone.
He's probably gone after week 4. Like
he's going to opt out of the season, like Luke Altmaier did last year when Jackson Dart won the job.
And another thing about bringing in Buckner is, like you said, having that experience, the guy who's actually played in games. Milroe's played a little bit. Simpson hasn't much, but the guys behind them are both freshmen.
At Bama, I don't think it matters as much at Bama.
It don't. But you got. I mean, if one of them leaves
as much,
out,
it does matter. But I don't think it matters.
If you have one of these guys leave out, if they lose a job in the fall, you had to bring in somebody with some kind of experience in case an injury happens, because you have 2 true freshmen behind them that you'd have to throw in a game, and that would be rough.
Yeah.
All I want to have happen is for Justice Haynes to catch a winning touchdown against Tennessee. That's all I want. And I'm just going to be like, he threw it to Haynes. He threw it to Haynes.
He slipped the fullback. He just stepped on his face with a hobnail boot and broke his nose. He just crushed his face. Sorry, Jeb.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's one of my favorite calls. That one and run, Lindsay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just broke my chair. It was a nice chair with about a 4-foot cushion, and
It was a metal steel chair with about a 5-inch cushion. Went right through it. The booth. Well, they're going to really have to renovate this place now. He just goes on and on and on.
There's going to be some property destroyed tonight.
If there's anyone who ever understood his audience, it was Larry Munson.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he made Homer announcers the cool thing.
Well, one of my favorite announcers was actually Jack Crystal from Mississippi State, because Mississippi State has been essentially terrible for most of my existence. They've gotten okay lately, but that's not Jack Crystal. But during the 80s, they were a consistent 3-8 team. Mm-hmm. And when Mississippi State was losing the game, he would not give the time of the game, would not give the score, would not tell anything. He would just play by play. That's a handoff. Don Smith hands off to so-and-so. That's about a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. And they're telling a story that's going on. And it would be 35 or 40 minutes and no score would be told. And they wouldn't even tell what time it is in the game. And that's how you could tell that Mississippi State was losing.
Mm-hmm. Who is playing spoons? I just hear metallic just ding, 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 ding.
I hear that too.
Tell your cellmate, Jeb, to knock it off.
Yeah.
What is on my head?
Yeah.
Is your dog eating out of a bowl?
No, the overhead fan is starting to tumble in a weird way.
Is it clanking the?
Yeah, the little pull strings are clanking against it.
Well, somebody was
why
just
it's doing that.
I thought somebody was just going to town on some cereal.
Man, yeah.
Now I feel like that's gonna fall.
Right. What I wish it was live when it fell.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to get out of here soon.
One thing before we go, we can people can think on it until next week, and leave a message in the comment if you know the answer to this question. But does Vanderbilt have a play-by-play guy that's even remotely famous?
But I don't know. I don't know if he's famous or not. I'll have to go. The answer will lie in that ESPN Films documentary.
Probably.
I think there was a guy that they mentioned that was from Vanderbilt.
I mean,
in the 80s.
Okay. 80s. I was going to say probably the James Franklin era.
Yeah. We have David Kellum now at Ole Miss, and he's been there since the 80s. Mm-hmm. But they call him David Yellum because he just yells in the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, you have Rod Bramble at Auburn, Eli Gold at Bama.
Auburn's going to win the football game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have Larry Munson. Florida had a guy too.
John Ward.
John Ward at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
It's football time in Tennessee.
Give him 6.
Y'all, I'm famous for my Googling here. This is actually Bing, and the first thing I just Googled Vanderbilt play-by-play guy because I was just curious who it is, and it just pops up with questions right away for some strange reason. And the first question is, does Vanderbilt have a football program? I've been laughing about that since I pulled that up.
That is good.
Well, that's where Bing went right to.
And then you open it up, and it's like, yes, they are 5-5 against Tennessee in the last 10 years.
Oh.
Hey,
y'all have a
Jake.
good night.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, does Eli Gold on Saturdays do Bama and Sundays do the Philadelphia Eagles?
No, I don't think so.
Because close your eyes and listen to an Eli Gold call and then the Eagles guy, and tell me that tell me it's maybe not the same person.
Yeah,
Jeb, if your cellmate doesn't stop eating his Cinnamon Toast Crunch on air, I'm going to come through this phone and whip his ass. All right.
Yeah.
Worst part is that's over my bed.
Bama.
Well, hey, I do know that Eli Gold used to call NASCAR races back in the day too.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most Bama response.
You know, my whole thing is I hear that and I was like, wait, racing on the radio?
Jeff Gordon on TV.
Jeff Gordon on turn 4.
He turns left and again. And
looks like Kurt Busch is gonna pass.
Yeah.
Oh my
Make you feel
God.
like you're there.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's out.
Now Kurt Busch is going to pass his brother Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Busch moving in with Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt in the lead. We're on lap 21 of 500. My voice is gonna.
I mean, back in the day, that's what you had. You had an Earnhardt on the front row at Dega or Daytona. So
I feel like baseball and NASCAR announcing are very much the same. You're just like telling a story and just all of a sudden interrupting yourself once every 5 minutes to say, Kurt Busch just passed Tony Stewart.
Yeah, that move he made 3 laps ago. Finally,
and that's a 3-run homer for Castellanos. Oh,
yeah. I mean, hey, back in the early '90s for the Braves, I mean, who was it?
Skip Carey and Pete Van Wieren.
Pete Van Wieren. You know, it's just audio, just silence on the radio, and then you hear the ball hit the mitt and ball inside, ball 1.
That's ball 1. So we were at Dan Tana's last night, and we were, I ordered the ribs, and I was knocking a couple back, and in walks Dale Murphy, and it'll be high ball 1. So we're, it's
they had nothing to cheer for back then.
It's like a radio show with a baseball game in the middle of it. It's like crazy.
Yep.
That's where you need somebody like Harry Carey.
What we probably need to do on here is we should have a game of the week once football season starts, and we could just do a watch along.
Yeah, that'd
be cool.
If we wouldn't get copyrighted, that would be awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, we couldn't put it up there, but we could talk about it, I think, all day. Put the scoreboard up there.
That'd be cool.
And just sit here as like, break out some Rascal Flats, bob that head, and we can make this the new Jefferson Pilot sports production.
Bob that head.
We got to get rid of Jeb's nose.
We're here with the 3 Daves.
Did you say it's over your bed, Jeb?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night.
Be a fun
I would
call it 2:30.
I would move your bed.
I think it's too warm to turn it off, but I don't know. We'll see.
Corey, I think we need to get out of here, bud.
Yeah, might just sleep naked tonight. Oh, y'all should have ended earlier.
Get naked. Okay.
Bad image.
Chauncey, don't get too excited. So here we go. We are SEC After Dark. Jeb is truly after dark here. He's giving us his bedtime plans. Jeb, please don't get chopped up by your ceiling fan. We will see you back here next week. I've got some homework to do. I got to watch Air, and I've got to watch Burn Notice.
And we got to plan on bringing back the JP Game of the Week with SEC After Dark.
Yes, we'll be Jefferson Pilot Sports.
Yes. Yes.
So that would be awesome. Jefferson Pilot Sports, we would love
talking about the big uglies up front. I can be. Which Dave was that?
Dave Neal?
No, he was the play-by-play guy. There's the guy.
Dave Aranda. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
Dave Pash?
I don't know. Anyway, we need. Yes, we're going to start working on that, and we'll do the JP Game of the Week. I think this year maybe.
That'd be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So. For Steve, Jeb, and Jake, I'm Corey. We're SEC After Dark. I guess we can go ahead and say it, presented by DeadSoxy, and we'll see you back here next week better than ever. But until then, you know the drill. Go Dogs.
Hotty toddy.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, I want to do it. Go Vols.
Woohoo!